The recipient of this award is someone who is greatly respected at our school. First things first, he is known for being a great role model to his fellow peers and classmates. He's also known for a wide variety of activities he participates in. He is a jack of all trades, as they like to say. Obviously, we've seen this man make an audience laugh and cry while on stage, but you may not have noticed him on the rugby field or slinging these perfectly rounded rocks on the track field. Not to mention the insane amount of lives this man has saved working as a lifeguard in the floaty-infested pools of Moraga Valley Pool. Those are just a few things that this man has accomplished so far. One thing that isn't surprising to anyone is the fact that this guy is a rally leader. They've been hinting at his arrival at the gym floor, at least since I was a freshman. His dedication to that position is unprecedented too. The man literally shaved off his glorious locks just for a couple of teenagers' amusement, which I think is safe to say that we all miss very much, or at least I do. Finally, you may not know, but the proudest achievement yet of his, is being a model. No. Not one of those professional ones in a suit on the side of a men's warehouse building, or those models in a tight Speedo on the cover of Sports Illustrated. No, he was the best kind of model there is. He was a baby dress model. You can't get better than that. So without further ado, the winner of the Renaissance Man Award is none other than Connor Mader.
Yeah, Connor! Yeah, Konrad!
Go, Connor.
Thank you so much, Caleb. I just want to say a few things. I absolutely love both of these classes, both the class of 2020 and the class of 2019. And I'm so glad to have shared these past few years with you guys. And I can't wait to see what the class of 2019 does and the class of 2020 does in the future. So thank you so very much. Thank you, Caleb. And I'm going to miss you all so very much. So thank you.
Woo!
Congratulations, students. The Principal's Award is given to the student who embodies the spirit of Miromani High School. This year, I could not contain this award to just one student. Instead, I have selected 2 students who demonstrate what it means to be a matador. Though both these students excel academically and can boast a long list of accolades, it is their contributions to this school and to the greater Miromani community that have earned them this recognition. What makes these 2 recipients particularly special is their commitment to building community. For this class, more than any other, the community has been of particular importance. We have been challenged by smoke days, blackout days, our grief for lost loved ones, and now a global pandemic. Throughout all of this, these 2 students have been focused on preserving our Matador home. The first Principal's Award recipient is a student who exhibited leadership early in his Miromani career. I believe that Konrad Mader made a guest appearance in his very first rally at Miromani High School. Konrad builds community with his very presence, and that presence is not passive. Konrad actively reaches out to those around him and brings them in. It is this part of Konrad that undoubtedly led him to join leadership and the peer-to-peer club, both groups focused on engaging and including fellow students. And at the same time that Konrad brings people together, he works to make his community even better. At his core are values of love and kindness. You can hear it in how he speaks about his goals, whether it is to mentor younger students, memorialize a friend, or transform how we interact at school rallies. At one particularly memorable rally, I watched as Konrad silenced the room after the freshmen were booed by another class. "We don't do that," he said, and that was all it took. This is Konrad, powerful, grounded in his values, and willing to take risks to make his community the best it can be. Thank you, Konrad, for your contributions to Miromani High School.
For those of you who don't know me, My name is Konrad Mater. I've been a rally leader this year and a part of the Mariamani class of 2020. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the staff, students, and Mariamani parents who have gone beyond what has been asked of them during these past 4 years, but especially now. Thank you. I believe I speak for all of us when I say this isn't what we imagined when thinking of our graduation this year. You, watching me on your TV or a computer or even your cell phone, in the comfort of your own home, wearing pajamas or boxers or maybe nothing at all. Instead of being out in the middle of the Mariamani football field wearing our green robes. Then again, we don't have to suffer in the June heat for hours on end, because honestly, it's awful. I mean, do you really think your grandparents want to come from wherever to watch a 3-hour ceremony of kids they don't know just to cheer for you for 5 seconds when you walk across the stage? Because I know I don't want to do that when I'm a grandparent. This is a very unique set of circumstances for us graduates. It's not the same as normal, but that does not mean it has to be a bad thing. It's just change. So here's what I'm going to tell you. As Athena has reflected upon our time here at Mariamani, I'm going to try to give you a glimpse of what the future has in store for us. Bear with me, because I'm not a time traveler. I'm just very good at guessing. I guarantee that you are going to get a haircut, and some of you might actually look good. I guarantee in the future, we will be able to gather socially. It's something you may have forgotten. It's been a very long time. I guarantee that at some point, you will make a mistake, and you will fail. I tell you this not to brag at my classmates that I'm so much better than you and never make mistakes. No, I would be lying. I always make mistakes. I tell you this because life isn't meant to be lived perfectly. That is why they say, that's life. As someone who has made lots of mistakes, whether that be in classes, in sports, in cutting my own hair, or with friends and family, I'm glad I've made these mistakes because I've learned so much from them. Because when we hit our lowest points, we are open to the greatest change. I have learned to get up once I've been knocked down and to try again, to try to fix what has been broken in order to move forward. I'm sure that I am not the only one who has learned this. Here at Mariamani, you don't always succeed on your first try, or your second, or even your third sometimes. It's a very hard school, but this place has taught me so much about perseverance, determination, and strength. That is just a sliver of what I learned here at Mariamani. But again, I am not the only one who has learned these things. There's an amazing group of people. They are known as the class of 2020. In my mind, there is one word and one word alone that represents this class, and that is resilience. The capacity to recover from difficulties. Resilience. The ability of a substance or object to spring back into shape. Resilience. Resilience is the heartbeat of the class of 2020. Nobody better exemplifies this than one of our own students. He basically lost his senior year to fighting cancer. He was told that he may never be able to play rugby again. He is one of my best friends. And I remember that this whole time he has gone through this, he has remained unfazed by the situation. He is determined to beat this thing. He knows that one day he will play rugby again. He knows what it truly means to be resilient. But not only was he resilient, because of his ability to stay positive during this past year, he has made this community come together in a way that I have never seen it before. And I'm so very proud to be a part of that. And I hope the rest of you are too as well. So I will leave you with this. To my peers, there will be times where you will hurt, where life won't be easy. Times like this, where things are strange and the future is uncertain. It is here, when challenges of life force us to adapt, when we are open to the greatest change. So I tell you, be resilient. Go and achieve great things, my fellow Matadors, because now more than ever, this world needs resilient people like you. Thank you, and go Mats.